If you were to search rights and responsibilities in Google, you would get 7.6 million results by the time I finish this sentence. That's a lot of rights and a whole lot of responsibilities. They're the basic building blocks of Catholic social teaching, and they are inherently connected to our very being and to the message of Christ. And, as it might seem, the premise of the principle of rights and responsibilities is simple. We are each endowed with basic human rights, and as a result, we have certain responsibilities. Our rights are threefold: the right to life and its basic needs, food, clothing, shelter, and healthcare, the right to dignity, and the right to play a part in the decisions that affect our lives. Too often, when basic human rights are mentioned, the responsibility, both personal and global, is often forgotten. Yet, it is Christ's call to us to serve one another as we serve Him, and this means taking responsibility. Responsibility for protecting the rights of, providing a voice for, and sharing our means with our brothers and sisters in need. If my time with the Sisters of St. Joseph has taught me anything, it is that the Sisters of St. Joseph are about relationships. We are bound together and must be dependent on one another if God's transformative love is to work for change through us and deep within us. This means bringing people into union with God and with one another, the quintessential care for the dear neighbor that the Sisters of St. Joseph hold so dear to their heart. For me, these values resound the call to protect the rights of the least of these, responsibilities to love as Christ did, and the opportunity we are given each moment to give dignity to and restore justice in the world in which we live and work. Each day, my own work at the Cardinal Bevilacqua Community Center and at Visitation Parish in Kensington demands that I recognize that people's most basic human rights are not being fulfilled, and requires me to work so that those I encounter might feel the love of Christ, take responsibility for their own rights, and in the process, regain the dignity that has been taken from them. Be it the little girl in freezing temperatures who has only sandals on her feet, or the family who sleeps on the floor of a home that they can barely afford to pay rent on, let alone furnish. These are my dear neighbors, and these are the people I'm responsible to love without regard for their immigration status, their gender, their race, their marital status. Their rights are the same as mine. Their rights are the same as yours. If they're going to be able to share in our humanity, we need to compassionately recognize our rights and our responsibility to uphold those rights. That responsibility is each of ours. My rights have rarely, if ever, been compromised. And if you're watching this video, yours probably haven't either. My challenge then, as we strengthen our commitment to justice as Sisters of St. Joseph and Associates, is to consider what your rights are. And if you're responsibly using these rights, living simply, cherishing that which you have, and making decisions that stand up for and respect the rights of others. This is part of our duty as faith-filled people, to be conscious of our living and being. After all, the blessing of life comes with responsibilities that far outweigh our rights. 6.8 million, no, billion responsibilities. And that's just if you search for every person in the world.